convened order at 3:59 again, because this is going to be a good semester. It was already a good semester, but we're starting early. So we will start out with roll call. Senator Biggs?
Present.
Senator Calderon-Pitchford?
Present.
Senator McDavid?
Present.
Senator Schmidt?
Here.
Senator Johnson?
Here.
Senator Soliman?
Present.
Senator Brandmeier? Senator Cherry?
Here.
Senator Moore?
Here.
Senator Batari? Senator Schumacher? Senator Multari?
Hello.
Senator Sriwasa?
Present.
Senator Stiff?
Here.
Senator Weinzierl?
Here.
Senator Soma?
Here.
Senator Bana? Present. Senator Bashal?
Here.
Senator Nellis?
She's here.
Okay, cool. Senator Karki? Oh, she emailed me. Senator Bodka?
Present.
Senator Spursel?
Present.
Senator Dickey?
Present.
President Omar?
Present.
Vice President Trenny?
Present.
Awesome. So we do not have any presentations again today. Next week we will be having more, and we also have some RSOs coming in soon. So stay tuned. Also, if you want any RSOs, shoot me an email. With that, we will move into open forum. Is there anyone here for open forum? Yeah, Ellie, go ahead.
February 4th, 4:30 to 6:30 in Highland Center 1700. We're doing an outdoor winter preparedness type thing. I'll be going through a bunch of things like frostbite, hypothermia, medical stuff and treatment for people that are outside. If you want to do different clothing systems, layers, and technical stuff like that you might be interested in. So there's no registration. It's free. We're going to try to fit as many people in that room as we possibly can. So share it with your constituents, your friends, so on and so forth, and bring out as many people as you can. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Anyone else here for open forum? This is going to be a quick one, guys. We will now be moving into the approval of the consent agenda. Is there any dissent to the approval of the consent agenda? Any dissent? Seeing none, the consent agenda is approved unanimously. Now we will be moving into officer reports. President Omar.
Hello, everybody. I just have a few announcements. The Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion has requested a student government representative to serve on the Director of Asian American and Multicultural Affairs. And he said that the search committee will begin in February, so if anybody is interested, please contact me after the meeting and I'll set you up. Also, the Director of Environmental Health and Safety Risk Management is looking for a student government representative to sit on the safety committee. And so if anybody's interested to sit on that committee, please see me after this meeting. Last weekend, I did have a Students United board meeting, and the main takeaway from that meeting is that Students United, the board as a whole will be releasing a statement in regard to the recent events that occurred in Beltrami County, and that is the county that has Bemidji State University, and the county voted to no longer allow refugee resettlement, which has caused some issues with students that are international students and students are refugees at that campus. And so we will be releasing a statement informing students that they all do belong here. A federal judge did suspend that policy, the administration policy, so that's no longer really in effect right now. Speaking of Students United, we do have, on a lighter note, we do have a new Students United coordinator, our at-large Senator Arnaby. So, congratulations. I look forward to working with her. And so she'll be helping me plan the advocacy conference and who all will be attending. There are 4 spots left. The advocacy conference will be February 22nd through the 24th, so that's Saturday, Sunday, and that Monday. If you're only interested in going to the conference Saturday and Sunday, please let us know. However, if you're interested in going to the Capitol and advocating on behalf of students that Monday, we do have 4 spots left, and let me know and I'll help you figure that out. It will be free of cost. They'll pay for housing and food, and so we just want you present. With that, I yield for any questions. Yes.
So I want to ask about is there the day when they decide the new payer for insurance, the international student insurance, that was agreed in negotiation, right?
I am unaware. I don't know. Sorry.
You want to
that's fine.
rephrase?
Yeah, so during the conference, the coordinator for diversity for Students United said that the international student insurance will be for renegotiation this year. So we just weren't aware of like what happened after that, because she wanted like students to come to her and
We will be discussing that in spring delegates. I don't think we're going to be advocating on that behalf for the state capital trip. We're more on textbooks and tuition.
Any other question, or do you have anything to add?
If you can use this question to me, I can answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we had a meeting with JC Prep from International Center, and I think we figured somewhat part of it, and we're still talking about it with the insurance person of our campus. They're gonna have a meeting. I think Dominic is gonna be there, and Sanjay Palami from International Student Association. So we're still figuring out.
Awesome. You good? Okay, are there any other questions for President Omar? Yeah, go ahead.
What did you say you would be advocating for specifically on that day? Did you-
I know we talked about tuition and affordability, but we don't have it. Like, I haven't seen the full list yet. I can log on to the portal after this meeting and I can inform you what we'll be
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Seeing none, we'll move into Vice President Trini's report.
I don't have a whole lot. Just one thing that we want to highlight is we do have still a lot of vacancies left. We have 2 Res Life, 1 SBS, and 2 College of Business right now. Applications aren't engaged. Please encourage your constituents that you know to apply on there and come for their election. As well as committee vacancies are also on there. We do have the engaged application up for that. The other thing is policy review. I know both committees have been doing that, but those that aren't attending those committees, please work with your coordinator, get your comments in for policy review so you can have a unified voice as students, and get them to your coordinator as soon as possible so we can write them in. And then the last is we are working on more legislation. Stay tuned.
Are there any questions for Vice President Trini? Any questions? Seeing none, we'll move into my officer report. First thing, our Dean of the Day is Dean Lawarza from Social Computer Sciences. Thank you for being here with us today. Beyond that, make sure you guys turn in your 4 office hours tomorrow, Thursday. I know we didn't have a full 2 weeks, that's why I just said 4. If you have any concerns, email me. I know I didn't talk about it last meeting, and it's been the first 2 weeks, so I understand if you guys need some leniency. However, in 2 weeks, there will be 6 hours due, so make sure we're getting those in by Thursday at noon. I'm gonna be doing a better job of checking at that time, so make sure we're getting those in. Speaking of office hours, we just need to update our roster, and then we will be passing that around hopefully next meeting. So make sure you guys look at when you're gonna have your office hours that are consistent every week. And also we will be adding a new column on it that is about what committees you guys serve on, just to make sure not only that you guys are on 2, but then your constituents also know what committees you go to, and then if people are specifically looking at committee stuff, they can find you that way. So if you don't know what 2 you're on, please reach out to us. But also make sure you're going to those as well, because that's part of your job. Other than that, Senator report sign up is not here. Sorry. So I'll do better on that next week. I apologize. If you would like to give one next week, please send me an email. I'll be reaching out to a few of you that I know were here over winter break and have not given one since early last semester. Because we want to get those rolling since we do have budget season starting soon. Also, if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. I do have a calendar on my desk in my office, which is typically unlocked, that you guys can see who is presenting when. That'll be starting at the end of next month. Presentations from Student Allocations Committee, Intercollegiate Athletics, Student Campus Rec, etc., so on and so forth. So that'll be exciting. And other than that, I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions for me? No? Awesome. So with that, we will be moving into new business with a motion by Vice President Trini that you should have all gotten. So I'll yield to you.
So if everyone wants to pull out their sheet, we passed out. Hopefully everyone at the table has one. Hopefully people in the audience have one. So this is just a quick change, very quick, changes a couple things. So November 20th, we changed in the operating procedures, requiring committee attendance for non-senators to be at a certain level. Now we are coming back and redoing the senator attendance, because currently in the bylaws it is 49% of meetings of these meetings. This would change it to 2/3 of all regular Senate meetings we do. We can have a possibility of having a non-regular Senate meeting, but that's really never happened. And basically, some people may say, that's a bad idea, I have to miss sometimes. There are ways to get out of that. As long as you let the speaker know in advance and it's excused, that obviously doesn't count. But just not coming is not a reason not to, not be a senator. You should be here. It also changes some things. It removes Students United coordinator because Students United doesn't play a part in student government, I guess, if that's the correct way to put it. Is there a better way to put it?
No, we're just functioning as two different entities. We are working with each other. It's just not all the 7 state universities have their Students United within their bylaws or procedures, and so we're just removing that out of there.
Yes, and then the last subsection again gives the speaker and committee coordinators and chairs the power to excuse senator attendance, and then that power will solely be with them. So if you're going to be not at the Senate meeting, you let the speaker know. She has the final say on that. If you're going to be gone from, let's just say, academic affairs, you let Senator Schumacher know, and she has sole power to grant it or not. It's up to them. Yeah, that's bylaw speaks for itself. Yeah.
Are there any questions for Vice President Trenny? Any questions about the bylaw? Senator Spursel.
So after what we passed last week, which set the ethical standards for senators, why do you think it's necessary to pass today's legislation?
Bylaws supersede operating procedures. So, that's
Just like a logistical.
Is there any other questions about the bylaw? Any other questions? President Omar, do you want to say anything about it or no? Okay, so now we will be moving into discussion. Just a reminder that similar to last week, this is a 2-week process, so we won't be voting today unless someone expedites it. But we are now moving into discussion. Is there any discussion on this bylaw? Any discussion? Comments? Senator Batka?
Motion to expedite this resolution to vote for this week.
Is there a second?
Second.
Awesome. Is there any dissent to expediting voting to this week? Is there any dissent? Any dissent? Seeing none, I assume unanimous consent. Is there any discussion on this bylaw? Any further discussion? And that passed, by the way. Is there any further discussion on this bylaw? Senator Bigg?
Senator Brandmeier, and I noticed just an error that in subsection E it says shall forward that the speaker within 5 business days. It should be shall forward that to the speaker within 5 business days. Just a little just change, just a little small detail,
Yeah.
very important. Just want to tell you. That's all.
Friendly amendment. Okay, so that's changed. Are there any other comments on the bylaw? Any further comments? Are there any motions on the floor? Any motions perhaps to end discussion? Senator
Call to
Batka.
question.
And second, is there any dissent to calling the question? This would mean we'd be going into voting. Any dissent? Seeing none, we'll now be moving into a vote. If you are in favor of passing this bylaw amendment, please raise your placard. Okay, any dissent? Any dissent? Any abstentions? Any abstentions? Seeing none, this bylaw amendment passes 25 to 0 to 0. With that, is there any other motions for new business? Any other motions for new business? Seeing none, we will now be moving into the vacancy elections. So we will be starting out with the College of Business. If we could have our candidates, there we go, come to the front of the room. It's been a long Wednesday, sorry guys. You guys can just head up to the podium. Well, hello. Just a little logistical how this is going to run. You guys will have a 2-minute opening statement. a 2-minute opening statement, and then you guys will stand for questions. Any questions from the senators will be directed at both of you guys, and you'll switch off who goes first and who goes second. And then after all the questions are asked, we will move into a 1-minute closing statement from you guys. And then we will ask you guys to leave the room, discuss, and then there will be an election. There's also 2 vacancy positions for College of Business, just so the senators know. And we've made the decision that both can be filled today. So with that, who would like to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll be starting. I'm David Watts. I'm running for the COB position. A little about me, I'm an accounting major, so I plan to spend most of my college time in that field. So it'd be beneficial if I were to be seated in that spot personally. My big 2 goals, or 3 goals I have towards working towards it is, the first thing is to have more career fairs and have more recruiters come out to those career fairs to help our students kind of get hired out. The next big thing would be, it's kind of like something I would want to do, is personalized business cards for the students. That would kind of set us aside from any other college. Out of my knowledge, I don't think any college offers their students business cards. So I feel when a recruiter receives something like that, it's a more personal connection that they might find something to remember them by. So let's say we send them an email, or the student sends that recruiter an email, they see the name and it reminds them that this personal connection happened more than just the said, you know, here's my LinkedIn address. You know. Other than those 2, I believe those 2 would be the biggest kind of changes. I'd also want to work with the Business 295 course, which is kind of the intro to the College of Business course. And I would want to work with recruiters as well as the teacher in bettering our students, so asking recruiters and employers what our students succeed in and what our students may lack in, so we can bring that towards that class and work towards bettering our students in the long run. Other than that, I don't really have much more to say, so I stand for questions.
Awesome. Well, we'll move into Jaden's introduction, and then we'll do questions. When you're ready.
Awesome. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I'm Jaden Dickey. I currently serve as a residential life senator. Today I'm applying to be College of Business senator. The reason being is that right now I've kind of found my interest in more towards academic affairs rather than student affairs. For example, one thing I really want to work on is one brand new initiative that was started by the College of Business is called the Stangler Initiative Internship. That's quite a mouthful to say, so I had to practice it a few times. Basically what it is it allows College of Business students to excel on their Excel skills. So what do you mean by that? I mean Microsoft products such as Word, Excel, presentation, Access as well. So basically we take a course called IT 101. I'm not sure if all students do, but I know that College of Business students are required to take it. Well, guess what? After a semester, you're going to forget those skills. I'm sorry. The professor even says that during the class. So this internship initiative program allows you to continue working towards those soft skills so that when you nail an internship, you can go right in on day 1 and know how to start up an Excel spreadsheet, or send a memo to a manager, or even, for example, a security exchange commission. Because as internships, you find that anything can happen with these internships that you have. Other things that I want to work on as a College of Business senator, I think it was done last semester that one college got in, what is that app? It's called MavLife. MavLife, that's the app. Got a MavLife page up for it. I think it was called SBS. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to see if I can work towards that for the College of Business, to advertise that to students as well for College of Business RSOs, as well as events happening around campus. And with that, I kind of stand for questions.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. We will now be having questions. Make sure they're not the questions that are on the application, because you have the application, and also make sure they're directed towards both the candidates. Yeah, you guys were emailed the application, sorry. Are there any questions for our candidates? Vice President Trenny.
What's a strength and weakness? One weakness you guys have?
Jaden, would you like to go first? Yeah.
That's a great question. So I like to say my strength is also my weakness. I find kind of a problem with me is that the balance between professionalism and also, what is the word I'm thinking of? Professionalism and being excited. There's more word that I want to use that, but basically I find that when I'm working on a project, I might get a little excited and I'm like, whoa, I need to be more professional. So I like to say that that's a strength and also a weakness because I'm still working on that balance every day of my life.
Okay, David, go ahead.
And then I'll start with my strength. I feel like I can easily be motivated to do a task at hand, something that I find would be very beneficial, especially like, let's go back to the business cards. It's something I'm passionate in, so that's going to help hand in hand. So being able to be motivated towards a certain project is something I kind of strive as a strength. And then my biggest weakness, well, I announced it at the RHA, is I can't spell very well. So if you get an email from me or something along those lines, or written documents, and there's some spelling errors, it's just my big weakness. But other than that, I don't really see myself having too many big weaknesses that might be a detriment.
Do we have any other questions for our candidates? Any other questions? Any final questions? Vice President Trunny.
So both are involved in Res Life. Why College of Business and not another city?
Because it's directed toward.
For me personally, I see myself being very active at the College of Business, seeing that I'm planning on majoring there. So I really want to see my facilities and be able to help basically my friends and peers I'll be spending the next 3 years with better themselves. So changing over from Res Life towards that, I feel like will be better for me in the long term, being more successful with helping students is how I see it.
I think for me, I'm also very involved with Res Life, but if elected as a College of Business senator, I really want to focus in more and kind of understand more how the College of Business works, so that when I learn it, I can teach it to everyone else or show everyone else how it works. One great example, I'm not really familiar with how the internship process works. I'm still working on it every day. Turns out you were supposed to work on it your first day of your freshman year. I'm a sophomore right now. I'm not behind, but I'm still working towards it. But I didn't really know that at first. So I want students to know the importance of working towards the College of Business and what it really takes to be a College of Business major and kind of the background stuff that you need to do.
Any other questions? President Omar?
You guys have very great ideas. What resources do you believe you'll need to accomplish the goals you guys have set out? And how do you think we as student government will be able to help assist you in those resources or attaining those resources?
Jaden?
What resources do you believe you'll need to accomplish the goals or the issues that you see on within your college? What are the resources you need, and how can we as student government help you with those resources?
That's a very good question. And I mean, silence can power the room. So with that, I think resources that could be used on campus is IT services. One thing with that is that basically what I found out from today is that there's some coding classes within the College of Business that I didn't even know about. So with that, I would like to use IT services as a resource to expand the College of Business, as well as building services, because Davenport did mention when he was here last time about the College of Business building. So working towards that, I'd like to see what it could take, because I really want to understand more about that project and help with that.
And then for me, as I spoke a little bit about earlier, is contacting the teacher and who helps put together Business 295. Like I said, that's where all College of Business students go through, so being able to contact them and work with that teacher in helping students will be kind of a big resource, as well as from you guys. I know most of you have a great network, so I want to kind of bounce off of that and help me kind of get established within the College of Business, because as of right now, I know a few people in there, but it's best to, work as a group in order to get settled and so forth.
Are there any other questions? Any other questions for our candidates? Seeing none, you guys are welcome to step out in the hallway. Oh, you have 1 minute closing statements. I lied. Okay, so David, would you like to go first?
As I kind of left it on, I really hope to kind of build a connection in here that helps me better the College of Business by networking in there and really making the environment for College of Business students better long term. So that's really the goal, is just to help my peers out, my friends out, in order to better understand the College of Business while also making them kind of stand out from other colleges that we see around the state and the nation.
Thank you, Jaden.
Thank you again, everyone, for this opportunity. With that, with my closing statement, just a reminder, if you choose to elect me as a College of Business Senator, I will be really focusing in on that Stangler Initiative internship program, because I really want that platform to kick off and get going, because that's how you separate a business student from Minnesota State University Mankato to a business student from St. Thomas. This program is a brand new program, and if we expand it even more, we'll find that more students will attend Mankato for a business degree rather than other Minnesota State colleges. So thank you.
So we will now move into discussion. Just a reminder that we can elect both of them, so we don't need to have two separate votes. But if you guys would like to actually, where's John? Do you think that we should have a secret ballot, or should we just do a raise of hands for both or neither?
If you would like to do, if there would be a motion to elect both, you could consider that motion.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Vote for both of them.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of discussion first, and then we will go back to that motion to talk about if we can elect, if we want to elect both. So is there any discussion? I hope there is. Oh, sorry. Senator Baca.
I would just like to speak on behalf of both of them. As a residential life senator, I've been in RHA meetings where they both serve as an exec member, so they both are really capable. I feel like they would be great for the position, so somebody make the motion to it, please.
Is there any other discussion? Any more discussion? Senator Johnson.
I think they're both very good candidates. They both have really great ideas. I really like David's business card idea. I'm proud of that. I thought that was really cool. I also think that the internship that Jake talked about is super important, and I feel like they're both very good.
Any more discussion? Senator
I agree with them being both great candidates, and it's nice to hear that they're already part of RHA, which means they can affect change at both levels now, considering they'll be in the business portion here, and then they'll be in the RHA portion there. So if we were to elect them both here, they would both be making change in both areas.
Senator Baca.
Motion to vote both the candidates at once by raise of hands.
A second. Any dissent? Any dissent to that motion? Okay, so now so we'll now vote. If you raise your hand, that means you're voting for both of them, since we have both positions open. If you vote no, I'll let you speak on if you vote for one or neither of them. And then there will be abstentions, of course. Sorry, this is weird. Okay, all those in favor of electing both candidates, please raise your placard. Okay, any dissent? Any abstentions? Awesome, so I will go grab our candidates. Come back here whenever you're
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can announce the college.
Okay, we're gonna pause quick. President Omar has an announcement, and then we'll go back.
Sorry, I guess I can sit.
So earlier in the fall semester, I know we have you sitting on your toes. We'll be back. Earlier in the fall semester, we had a resolution passed through student government regarding textbook and textbook orders. And so we did send that out to all of the deans, and the amazing dean of the College of Business passed it down to her faculty, and they had 100% rate in turning in their textbooks before the deadline. And so we wanted to honor you with a little certificate, and thank you for all of your hard work, and thank your college for the work. Thank you so much. You want to say a few words?
Well, yeah, if I might, should I, does it matter? Okay. This is wonderful, and this is a packed house today. So I really want to give the credit to some individuals in the College of Business. Of course, the faculty, for them all to respond to the call to get their textbook orders in. I mean, of course, this is not me, this is the faculty, 100% of them. But it was really a team effort because we had an administrative team. These would be folks like Melissa and Angie. They followed up with the faculty like on a reoccurring basis. And so, I mean, it was really a full team effort. And that it was, I'm really proud of their team when everyone comes to the table to do the right thing for students. And that was very much the case. So I will gladly share this and take it back, and we will all celebrate this together. So thank you very much.
So now now we're Zoom, so you guys can both stand up. So we have had 2 elections today. So if you could both raise your right hands and repeat after me. Sorry. I state your name.
I, Jaden Dickey,
Will represent and serve
will represent and serve
the students of Minnesota State University, Mankato
the students of Minnesota State University, Mankato
in student life
in student life
and academic needs,
and academic needs,
and will uphold the mission.
and uphold the mission,
There you go. Constitution and bylaws
Constitution and bylaws
of the student government.
of the student government.
I so affirm.
I so affirm.
Congratulations. You guys can do it. So feel free to grab a seat at the table. So with that, I just want to remind everyone also, Senator Dickey, do you resign from your position as residential life senator?
Absolutely.
Cool. So we will now, as of today, be announcing another residential life senator vacancy. I wouldn't be too worried about it. RHA hasn't met yet, and that's where we get a lot of the res life senators from. So we will now have 3 of those, so make sure you spread the word for those. If we get 3 applications by next week, we're going to move all 3 elections up to then, but we can obviously still choose if we don't want to elect someone. SBS is next week as well, and then we do have a vacancy in the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, and that will be held in 2 weeks because this is the first day it's being announced. Are there any questions about upcoming vacancy elections? Senator Bristol?
Well, if RHA doesn't meet until Monday and the applications are due like Tuesday at noon, is that correct? It doesn't give us much of a window if we do find someone who's interested. Is it possible to push that back?
So if there are, if not enough people apply, there will still be, it will still be open. I know when I applied my freshman year, I got it done overnight. It's not the most extensive application online, so I think when our Res Life senators go to RHA, just reminding them that it is due Tuesday at noon. But if we don't get 3 applicants, the vacancy will stay open until we find someone to fill it. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, we will now move into announcements. Are there any announcements? President Omar?
Will the new College of Business senators please see me after this meeting? Another announcement that I also have is that Ignite Women in Politics will be having their meeting for their first meeting this spring semester. We do have a guest speaker, Kathy Brainart, the former state representative, coming in and speaking with us tomorrow, Thursday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. in CSU 202. Members who are part of this organization for a semester will be getting towards their graduation. So we hope to see you there tomorrow at 5, CSU 202, right down the hall. And I yield.
Are there any questions about that event? Seeing none, do we have any other announcements? Senator Chiwaka?
I'm still accepting applications for alternative spring breaks, so if you have friends or anybody that doesn't have plans and looking for something to do, please turn them my way. Students that go will get about 18 plus service hours on this trip. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Vice President Trenning?
I forgot to mention this, but the Library and Bookstore Advisory Committee, the new one that we made, we're still looking for some members. We do have some people on it, but more the better. So just reach out to me if you're interested.
Any other announcements? President Omar?
Last announcement, if you don't mind staying afterwards so we can take a picture with Dean Flannery over here with the award, I would appreciate that.
May I make an announcement?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to celebrate some students that just went this past weekend to the Indiana School of Business, Kelly School of Business, to compete in the National Diversity Case Competition. This is a really big deal because it's 42 of the largest business schools in the country. So think Michigan State, UC Berkeley, and so we had a 4-person student team that made the finals and placed 4th. And the students included DeVal, and I don't know if any of you know Marilyn Allen. Marilyn is a Native American, Indian Studies major. And then Michelle, how do you say Michelle's last name?
Dozo.
Also a business student, and then Shams. Yes, and so Shams was also on the team. In fact, he was kind of the team lead because he went to the competition last year. This is a super big deal, like I said, because it is the best business schools in the country. And so Minnesota State Mankato got 4th place, and and we're the only school to actually make the top 7 2 of the last 3 years. Indiana, Kelly School of Business has been the other school to make the top 3. So anyway, big kudos to DeVal and the team. It was really
Congratulations and thank you. Are there any other announcements? I'll go Mark and then John. Sorry, John.
First of all, I can't believe we won anything if DeVal was there.
Sorry about my language.
Just a little preview in here with some of the work you see going on. That box there has a new screen that's much bigger than that screen. That's going to go on that wall, so hopefully people can see from over here a little bit more when we have presentations. And then that screen is going to go in the block that's over here, so we can get a little bit more 360 around the room and hopefully help. We always have a hard time when those small print and some of those type of things, but they should be installed tomorrow, and for the next meeting we'll have those up and running.
Wearing my fraternity sorority life hat, reminder, if you are interested or if you know people who are interested in potentially meeting with fraternities and sororities to talk about potential membership, there's a social tonight from 8 to 10 in CSU 253. It's open to anybody, no obligation, free treats, all that kind of good stuff. So that is taking place this evening. Also a reminder, we know that some of you are out, you're all outstanding student leaders. 2 of the more high-profile leadership roles on campus, orientation peer assistant and community assistant CA positions, those applications are due next week. So OPA, that's posted on Handshake. The CA positions can be found out about on the Res Life website, so be sure and check those out. So, and then I'm also direct advisor to the Elections Commission, so remind folks that election information is available and updated on the Student Government Engage page and the Student Government website. And so I believe Chief Election Commissioner Briggs and Mr. Weinzierl have met to discuss getting further word out about election information. So that stuff has been available since day one. So remind potential candidates to get their stuff in. So thank you.
Thank you, John. Any questions for John specifically? No? Senator Blackman?
So the CA application is open till January 29th, and you do need letter of recommendation. So if you're planning, just plan ahead, because that's a little hard. And yeah, thank you for the confidence, Mark. We always appreciate that. But yeah, that is it.
Awesome. Are there any other announcements? Any final announcements? Seeing none, we will go into roll call, maybe. Senator Biggs?
Present.
Senator Calderon-Pitchford? Senator McDavid?
Present.
Senator Schmidt? Present. Senator Johnson?
Here.
Senator Dickey?
Here.
Senator Watts? Senator Suleiman?
Right.
Senator Brandmeier? Senator Cherry? Here. Senator Moore?
Here.
Senator Batari? Here. Senator Schumacher? Senator Multari? Here. Senator Chiwata?
Here.
Senator Stiff? Here. Senator Weinzierl?
Here.
Senator Soma? Senator Bana? Present. Senator Bashal? Here. Senator Cook? Here. Senator Nellis?
Present.
Senator Karki? Senator Badka?
Present.
Senator Spursel? President Omar? She's here. Vice President Trenny? Okay, and we are adjourned at 4:40 p.m. Good job.